What is going on YouTube? It's King Rigid or Jazz, and today we're going to be talking about how it feels to be back in PvP as a magsorc. And the first thing I want to cover is procs. So, the procs, do I feel like they're still like mad overpowered? Offensive procs, not really. They did a pretty good job of evening that out. So take my .dk for instance. I posted a couple pretty crazy clips about that old guy. He was a beast, but his weapon damage was only like 2k. I mean, he basically had no spell, or not spell, but he basically had no penetration at all. He had tons of recovery. I'm talking 2.5k, 3k recovery. He had, like a lot of health, basically no stamina. Like I had no stamina, but a lot of recovery. So that kept him going. Same thing with the Magicka, because I didn't have to invest into any damage, and I would basically just melt anyone that I came into contact with. It didn't matter who the person was. I could just melt them, and it was a simple setup. It was just two master weapons back bar, some Eternal Vigor on body, heavy at that, and the Vatron 2H Maul with Melibeth. I mean, that was basically all you needed. And then you didn't even have to put on, I didn't have anything, no weapon damage, glyphs, no nothing. It was all recovery. Even my Mundus Stone was recovery. So is it still like that? Well, I hopped on my Stam DK and I messed around with a couple of buddies that I knew, for some 1v1s and stuff like that, just to see how that still scaled in today's patch. He's still powerful, I would say, but he's not nearly as resistant. He's not what he used to be. So they obviously changed a lot of things with the procs. Like I said, I didn't invest any into weapon damage. Nothing was invested into my max stamina. Just nothing was invested into anything other than recovery, resistance, and health. So how does that affect me as a magsorc? Well, a lot of times, like when people are making their builds, they don't really realize that you can't just throw an offensive proc on and be like, oh, okay, well, why I'm gonna do just mad damage like I was before, and everything's gonna be gravy. So when they do that, they don't really, understand that they have to invest into other stats to really make the proc worth it. So in the long run, they're gonna end up doing less damage than they would, you know, at a different, if they were to do something a little different with it. And that is beneficial to my magsorc or as any magsorc out in PvP because procs just do not do what they used to do. So it's basically you're in the middle of procs being overpowered and then just no procs at all. Obviously, like I like the no proc was my favorite time of the entire game was just like a few months ago. But it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, I guess is what I'm trying to get to. Uh, it's not like overrun by procs or nothing like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, people run procs all the time, but the thing is that the procs are so weak that you don't really have to worry about it like that. Because before it would just get hit by a Stam DK before, and your health was just you would have to constantly reapply shields. I mean, it would just eat your shield away no matter what. And now I'm not even running um, damage reduction and any damage over time abilities, and I don't really find myself struggling to keep shields on because of the proc damage is so strong. And I am in light armor, 15k resistances. So if that works, you know what I mean? And then I do have Engine Guardian as more of like a defense kind of thing because I'm normally like alone out in PvP. Uh, I know that the video shows otherwise, but these are just people that I've met, that want to play or whatever like that. So with that being said, Track Demon's a fucking idiot who thinks that bow ulting my Engine Guardian is gonna kill me. But anyway, I think that PvP is pretty good. I definitely have tons more content coming out. This was basically just a filler video letting you guys know how I feel about it. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching.